Hey, Andy here from buildahottub.com. In this video, we're going to look at whether we can build a hot tub in a basement. So let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, so the short answer is yes, you can, and I've actually done a couple of basement builds in the last few weeks. It seems to be a new thing. So in this video, I thought I'd look at some of the considerations if you're thinking about putting a hot tub in your basement. So the first thing that you're going to have to consider is the size. Now, generally in a basement, you have less space available than in your garden, for example. So the hot tub is going to be a bit smaller. So you're going to have to look at ways of maybe saving a bit of space. Things like you can make the seats a bit smaller. You can also do interesting things with the shape. So if you need to maximize the area that you have available, then you can maybe change the design and the shape of the hot tub to fit the area that you have. So smaller seats, bigger footwell, and weird and wonderful shapes are definitely something to consider if you're looking at building a hot tub in your basement. For those of you that watch the channel a lot, you know I talk about the control room and the placement, but again, for the basement, it's really important. Where are you going to house the pump? Where are you going to house the filter, the blower, the heater? You can do something interesting with the design and maybe put it right next to the tub. And then, so what you'd be kind of creating is this whole sort of built-in effect, but everything would be self-contained and it's totally possible to do. Okay, so the next thing you need to consider is whether you're going to build above or below ground. Now, you're already in the basement, so the chances are that if you're going to go below ground, you could disturb the foundations. So you've got to be really careful, and I'd probably get a surveyor in there first, check before you start digging down to see if you can sink a tub. Definitely worth getting a surveyor in to make sure you're not going to do any damage to your property. If you're going to build above ground, how much ceiling height have you got? Basements tend to be kind of lower on the ceiling side of things. You don't want to be banging your head when you're climbing in and out of the tub. So your tub is going to be around a metre, so that's 3'6" in height. How much total space have you got in your basement in terms of the roof for you getting in and out of that tub? So again, these are just things to consider when you're building your hot tub in a basement. You're going to need to design in some kind of an overflow or an overspill for the hot tub. The chances are you're not going to include a skimmer. There's no need. You're not going to get leaves and that kind of thing coming into your hot tub as it's inside. So you're probably not going to have a skimmer in there. So you're going to need to have some way of allowing for the displacement of water when people get into the tub. So the average adult will displace around 70 litres, which is about 15.5 gallons of water. What that means is you're going to need to leave a gap from the top, probably of around 100 millimetres or 4 inches, to allow for the displacement when you get into the tub. Okay, so that's the thing there. Okay, so you need to leave that space, but you also need to have a means of draining the water if you overfill it or if too many people get in. Now, when you're outside, it's not a big deal. You just let the water escape. It's not a problem. Indoors, in a basement, the last thing you want is water overflowing out of your hot tub onto the floor. So you're going to build in some kind of drains. You probably want to connect it to your drains of your property as well. So kind of like a bath, when a bath gets too high, there's an overspill that goes into the drains. You want to design one of those in for your hot tub as well. It's just a safety measure, really. Okay, and the last thing that you need to consider when you're building a hot tub in your basement is airflow. Now, it's not just airflow. Generally, basements, they're underground. They don't have windows that you can open. You've got to think about the humidity. You've got to think about the fact that the hot tub could create areas of damp. You're going to want to have some kind of dehumidifying unit, some kind of airflow system that is going to be able to remove the moisture from the air, because you don't want mold being created on your walls or that kind of thing. Now, it is possible to get units that can do heating, they can do air conditioning, they can do dehumidifying. So they do have all-in-one units. You've just got to make sure that you size the unit for the space that you've got available. Now, I'm certainly no expert in heating, so if you're not sure, get a heating engineer in. They'll be able to tell you exactly the size of the unit that you need, but you are going to need something for dehumidifying that area. If you've got a hot tub, lots of moisture, you're going to have potential problems with damp and mould. Hope you found this video useful. I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. If you've liked this video, please do like, share and subscribe to the channel. See you on the next video.